What's going on, guys? It's Lee. Thanks for watching Hang with Lee TV, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to save for a car. When it comes down to it, buying a new car is a big decision and it can be pretty scary. Alright, so when it comes down to it, one of the main things you're going to have to ask yourself is, are you going to pay the car completely off right away, or are you going to have a car note? If you know you want to just pay the car completely off, you just want to buy it outright, I mean, all of this is pretty simple. You just need to figure out what car you want and know how much it costs. But most of you guys out there watching this video more than likely are not going to want to just go out and buy the car outright. You're probably going to finance the car. But with that being said, it is important to weigh both options. So for some folks, not having a car note is amazing, and for other people, it's not really a big deal. So figure out what works best for you. If you're not going to buy the car outright, chances are you're going to have to finance the vehicle. So let me just kind of break that down for you just really briefly, and hopefully it'll make sense to you. One of the first things you're going to have to figure out is how much money do you want to put down. So with that being said, if you want to go out and purchase a $20,000 car and you have $3,000 to put down, that means that you're going to borrow $17,000. Now that's the most basic way to look at it. So another thing to consider is the term of the loan. So how long do you have to pay this money back, right? So your loan can be 24, 36, 48, 60, 72 months in terms of how long you have to actually pay it back. Now, one of the things to think about when it comes down to how long you want to stretch this out is going to be the percentage of interest that you're going to have to pay back. So typically, the longer you have to pay the loan off, the more money in the long run you'll spend in interest. And whatever you do, don't get sucked into purchasing a lease because it's not worth it at all. Definitely don't do that. No one's paying me to talk about this, but a really good tool to use that you guys can find online is the auto loan calculator on bankrate.com. So definitely check that out. You can play around with the numbers. You can play around with how much money the car is going to be worth, the percentage that you might end up paying, how long the term's going to be, things like that. And it'll give you a really solid understanding of how much you're going to pay on a monthly basis. Now, when it comes down to actually going after this vehicle, right, you want to set yourself a deadline. So you need to say, okay, by this time, I'm going to have this money to purchase this car, right? So for instance, if you know that in 6 months you want to purchase the car of your dreams or the car that you've been eyeing, then that's your deadline, right? 6 months from today. And what you need to do is do everything that you can to save that amount of money that you need to either buy the car outright or the money that you need to put down on the vehicle. Now, that deadline that you set for yourself is going to have a huge impact on how you save and what you do and what your, what your life's going to look like between now and when you buy the car. So make sure you're being realistic about the time frame that you're giving yourself. Now, the most important phase of all of this, right, is saving the money. Now, I actually have a video on how to save money, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the link in the description below. But for now, when it comes down to saving money to buy this car that you want, there's a ton of different ways that you can go about it. Now, the first thing is that you can set aside as much money as possible per paycheck in order to save the money. In many cases, you can go ahead and sort of break down your direct deposit, and you can put a certain amount of money into a certain savings account or whatever you want to do if you don't want to actually see the money or touch the money, or if you don't want it to make it feel like you're actually, losing out on money on a monthly basis. The second thing you guys can do is limit your spending. So just limit your spending. It's exactly what it sounds like. So if you go out to eat a lot, if you go on trips, if you go on vacations, if you go out with your friends all the time, just cut back on that as much as possible until that deadline approaches. Another thing you can do, which is like amazing, is you can sell unused items in your house. So basically, you can just walk around your house and find an old iPod or an old computer or an old weight bench that you're not even using, and you can sell it. You can sell this stuff for cash money, and you can go on like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and you can get rid of it like that. And when it comes down to it, of course, if you really need to, you can get a part-time job for extra income, or you can just have like a side hustle, right? So you can go out and maybe you're really good in Spanish or math. You can go tutor some folks, or maybe you can cut someone's grass, you can rake some leaves, you can shovel snow, you can do whatever else that you feel you're skilled at and that is easy for you to go ahead and knock out to get to that goal that you've set for yourself. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. So I hope this video helps you guys save for a new car. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to leave a comment below. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit like if you like this video as well. And thanks again for watching Hang with Lee TV, and I'll see you guys next time.